Next item on the agenda, 9E, report regarding the status of the Memorial City Hall renovation project. Ms. Agner.
Well, I hope I have what y'all would consider to be good news tonight to report on Memorial City Hall. It's been a long time in coming, and I think that the next time that I think at our first meeting in January, y'all will be pleased to have had an opportunity to look at construction documents. I wanted to be able to provide you the most up-to-date information that I could from the time that I put this memo out. So I just got off the phone with John Flowers prior to this meeting. He and his staff met this afternoon. In the memo that I had originally put out, I told you that basically we had indicated to y'all that in a 3-week period after our sound and lighting consultants presented their information to Flowers that we hope to have plans. That would have put it in the week of December 19th. With the holidays and everything, John has indicated that the final latest date that we will have those plans for review is December 30th on a Friday. I've checked with Wes in planning to make a determination that our in-house review could be done the first week of January. He indicated that was no problem. I talked to John this afternoon. He said that the plans will be available for you, public, our committee, you and our committee to review beginning January the 2nd. We will bid the project in mid-January and report back to you after we have opened those bids as to the projected cost based on those bids. At that point in time, we'll be looking for y'all to tell us based on that number, if we're off, if we have a deficit, we'll tell you how we would recommend taking care of that. But we'll be working with definite numbers. Y'all will have that information available to you. So I also wanted to let you know that Flowers and Associates was very pleased with the sound and lighting consultants that we've been working with. They presented their information to Flowers on a timely basis, provided them the information that they needed to proceed with their drawings. So I think this is all very good. John was very complimentary of this group, feels like they're going to do a really good job and that their recommendations and specifications will be great for this project. And the committee also was impressed with their dealings with them. So I think all of this is positive. That's where we're headed, and I think that John and Becky and David all feel very confident that this is right on track and that we'll be bidding by mid-January.
So hopefully around about February, we might see some nailing and all that.
Yes, I feel like if we're able to I'm hoping that at the first meeting in February, we'll be providing y'all those cost estimates.
So is the Flowers date of January 2nd, is that set in stone deadline?
December 30th.
Oh, December, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and the January 2nd was that Monday is a holiday here at the city, but my plan would be hopefully to get word out to y'all on that 30th day that they're in hand and available for y'all to look at on Tuesday. So that's what we're hoping for. That's what we're planning for and counting on.
So we should have enough time to look over and see if there's any other changes that need to be made before they go out to a final bid. Is that, so start December 30th and mid-January, so we'd have time to see those final documents and to look over those really well, correct?
We'll have time to look over them. I would hope that we wouldn't be dealing with a lot of changes to the design for the bidding process. If you want us to be able to bid it out, we can't continue to change it. The changes would need to be, if it's something that as a group that we feel like needs to be changed, then we would need to do that as, after we bid and do a change order.
Right, like what we did this last time. Just get we get something solid that we're bidding on. Everybody's looking at the same items, and then if it goes through changes,
those would need to be handled
person who
back
wins
to the
that
process,
contract, it'd be a
because if we
change
wait
order.
for every change, we'll never go out for bid.
Right.
So, anyway. That's kind of the plan, but yes.
So end of the year, that's what we're looking at.
December 30th. And they had like I said, their organization met this afternoon late. I didn't talk to John until 5 o'clock, and they're all in agreement.
And that was really our last piece, the sound and lighting, is that correct?
Yeah.
And from looking at this, it looks like we got a little over $1.3 million still left in that account, ready to go.
And you're saying windows are 70% complete, is that right, Mr. Redmond?
Yes, sir. On
That's impressive.
the windows that, really the only windows that were working are the front and the side.
Yeah.
The back were blocked because we have to because of SWEPCO's regulations and the power coming into the building. And then the windows on the side will be blocked off, so you won't be able to see any windows from inside the building anyway, so.
That's impressive, 70%?
We're getting there. We're getting there.
It's a big project, so.
One thing, and if I'm repeating myself, y'all let me know. I'm not sure at the last report, if at the time we did the last report, if we had met with the people out of Austin that are working with the Historical Society on the museum exhibits. But we had an opportunity, the guy that's doing some of their design work brought a display for the mobile cascading dog tags that we're going to have in the entry, where we've got the atrium effect, and very, very impressive. I think it's really going to be beautiful. And they also presented some really great ideas for another visual, for the basement level that I think is going to be a huge addition. So I know that Janet's out here. They've worked really hard. I think this is going to be she's out there still. It's going to be a huge asset. I think everybody's going to be very impressed with what we have to offer.
Sounds good.
I have one other question. Mr. Redmond, I know we've been working on some of this project before the final bid documents are done. What are we still going to be doing work in there as a city and with the inmate program while we take this out for bids?
Absolutely. What we're actually doing is getting it where when we do bid, that the bidders can walk in and they have a clear path to see to bid. I mean, like they know they don't have to knock out a wall. They can see everything they have to do. And this is going to save us quite a bit of money in a lot of areas, HVAC, plumbing, all your wiring. So we're we're getting to a good point in that. Right now, the prisoners are working in another location in the city, and they'll be back over there in probably a week or two, and they'll finish up the end of the demolition to be ready to bid. So this is all coming together about the right time.
Yeah. I mean, so it's really great. We can actually put a project together and say, hey, you don't need to work on the windows. We've taken care of that.
Yeah, that's
So we're
knocked out.
backing all these items out.
Exactly.
Really great.
Okay.
All right, any other questions? All right, thank you, guys. Next item on the agenda.